you guys would have managed a lot of young people, that they are working with you all right now. What do you think are the things that you are impressed with the current generation? What are the things that you wish the school have taught them more to prepare them for the society that you like to see? How about you, Pengram Mas? Can you address that?
Wow.
Yeah, tell us what do you like, and what do you wish, areas that you think the young people can work on.
So okay, so in terms of the competency, I think there shouldn't be any problem, right? So that's why they gone through the screening and also the selection process. So academically, the qualification should be there. So in terms of I think what is important is also how we can help them. So when they, the first 90 days or the first 6 months, make sure then we have the right tools, and also the time that we give to ensure they transition or join the new role smoothly. So the new generation, what I also observe, they're very like IT savvy as well. If I compare myself, I'm not an Excel wizard. I don't even know like a pivot table when I first joined. But this is, something that is very easy. I think for the new generation, very IT literate.
Right.
So that's what I observe, from the new generation. Yeah.
In addition to that, I think, so yes, it's good to be IT literate, but also like I mentioned just now, our job is not also 100% behind the screen, but okay, depends on the job, right? So a lot of our, that from the engineering side of things or from the operation side of things or production, a lot of the job is actually also on site. So I think there I guess it again comes down to attitude. The having that positive attitude to be able to really push yourself to do the hard work, to be able to also go out and really understand the site. I think we will be very happy to see those type of hirees that we when they come into BLNG.
So if I'm reading it right in between the lines, are you telling me that the young people are too afraid to get out under the hot sun and they just like to be behind the screen?
iPad generation.
Yes.
Am
I, generalizing?
To be honest, right? Who doesn't want a job nice, sitting in an aircon room, directing things just from WhatsApp or from the computer? Right. Yes, that would be nice, but that's not the reality. So we still have a working plan outside, and we do need people to actually go out and actually help and make things better. So with a 50-year-old plant, there's a lot of things to do. We've gone through a few rejuvenations, and these rejuvenations are not cheap. We're talking about projects which cost tens of millions of dollars, and to spend that amount of money, there's a lot of work that needs to go to be verified, to check, and to make sure that it happens correctly, and that actually happens on site.
So maybe Shaun, if I can just let on that, maybe my advice, to the successful, applicants, right? The new joiners or the new grads once they are in, right? So you should know, how hard to get, the process, the interviews, the assessment to get through. Once you are in, you should celebrate, meaning that you got picked after all those selection process, and make the most of it. So like Raymin mentioned, it's not sufficient just to sit down in front of your PC. Really make the most of it. Go out, go and see the plant, of course safely, connect with people, and really understand the business. What are the challenges and what are the opportunities, or how can I bring a difference. So really keep on learning and really delivering in terms of the performance. So that would be my advice once you are in the oil and gas industry.
Measure the opportunity.
Yeah, make the best of it.
Yeah, correct. And I think that advice
Mm,
goes for any job that you can secure today. If you really push yourself and really work at it, I think anybody would be happy to have you um, as a employee.
We have this very enthusiastic message that just came in. After hearing what you guys just say, it says that I'm really, really interested to work for BLNG and have already applied for a technician scheme by Shami Japa.
Technicians. So for technician schemes, we are looking for operation technicians. So this is like a advert straight away, right? So operation technicians, we're still hiring. There's a plan to get 14, I think, in total for this year. And actually, we're talking about graduates, but actually, we actually want to fill not only just graduate skill pools, but also in the HND or in the national diploma areas. So those with 5 O levels or HND or national diplomas also still welcome to apply for an operation technician position. I think the criteria there is also though you cannot be more than 30 years old. So we are looking for the
no chance for me. Oh,
young.
No. We know that we are going through this very unprecedented time, whereby the economy is at the all-time bad the world over. I want the two of you to think about yourself at the age of 2021. And, if you were to talk to yourself at 21 year old, what would you tell them right now to encourage them? Or what kind of advice would you give them so that they can take this advice and excel in life and find themselves a job? What would be the key thing? Let's start with Pangeran Mas and then RAYMIN.
Okay, so maybe simple for me is, do not give up. Yeah, there are, it's like a wheel, right? So there are times when it's tough, but then there are also times when, it's good. So we are now in the difficult times. Do not give up, keep on trying. So when you have been applying, please continue with that. And then for those who are in the study, achieve good grades, because that will help you also, to have a better chance. And if you already finished studies, look for if you have any soft skill, how you can, enhance communication, writing skill, time management, something that you can get. And it doesn't have to be something that you need to pay. Maybe it can just be talking to your auntie or your uncle who have this experience. Just get that 1 or 2 tips from them as well. And if you are preparing or got invited for interview, be prepared. Yeah, be prepared for the interview. Don't just walk in and because it will come across. The interviewer will know whether you are prepared or not.
So don't waste any opportunity.
That's correct.
Wonderful. RAYMIN, over to you, please.
So I've mentioned this, I think, also just now. It's about that looking at that silver lining, having that positive attitude, because times will be high, times will be low, but it's those challenging situations where you really need to look into yourself and say, okay, fine, I'm in this challenging situation, but then ask yourself, how I'm gonna pick myself up. Okay, I need to pick myself up. You can say, okay, fine, that was a difficult time, that was tough, but what did I learn from that? What can I do better about it? How can I ensure that others can learn from this too? How can I move forward? So I think having that attitude to move forward, I think that will help to motivate, to drive. I've been in that situation before, writing 40 letters and getting 40 letters of rejections is very annoying. But but then you said, okay, fine, I've tried that, but what else can I try? Where else can I go? And that's when you start exploring things. And that's when I started exploring oil and gas, which was actually not on my radar at all. And to become successful there, I think that was out of trying, and what Masha was saying also, just to try to be able to do that and challenge yourself.
So perseverance, having resilience, amazing. Do we have any final question? So this is your chance to impress the judges.
Are we judges now?
Hey, by the way, do you all sit into interviews?
for hirees.
Yeah. Especially those for your own department.
I sit in with the ones which are organized by Brunei Shell as a whole, and those graduates either go to Shell or Brunei Shell, or actually do come towards BLNG also. So yes.
Interesting, guys. You're here right. RAYMIN does sit in on interviews, so it's your final chance. If you want to impress him, say something.
So luckily, the interview process is also not just one person. So it is a panel, and actually you will be observed by at least normally a couple of people. So actually, then at least it also helps to eliminate any biasness. And then what we do also after that is actually try to see if all of us actually come up with the similar findings, and then at least at the end of the day, that you've at least normalized and said, okay, the observations are similar, and once the observations are similar, at least that you've made the right judgment. Yeah, correct.
Right. It's impossible for us to cover everything, but I had a really fun conversation with both of you. I'd like to thank you for your precious time. I'd like to wish first and foremost Pengram Mas better sleeps. I hope that the oil price will go up, not just for you, but for the entire nation. And RAYMIN, beyond being an engineer, at times it feels like I'm talking to a philosopher. So I really enjoy it. I look forward to
I
further
talk too much, maybe that's why.